All right, we are live. Sorry, I was a little bit late to it. Um, we're here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to another big contest between the Nets and the Celtics. We are missing another starter. We're missing Ben Simmons. It's going to affect our offense greatly. You can see the starting lineup for the Nets today. It is Spencer Dinwiddie, Cam Thomas, Mikal, DFS, and Royce. So Spencer Dinwiddie is going to assume the primary facilitator role, I would imagine. And that's also going to mean a little bit more responsibility for the bigs on this roster to get the rebounds, because Porzingis is their center, and we are going to be in for a world of pain if we don't have someone soaring in for the rebounds. Obviously, Ben Simmons is athletic, and he is 6'10", so he would have helped severely in that department. So we're going to be the disadvantaged team for it. For the opposition, you can see their starting lineup. It's just rolling through now. Horford, Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, and Holiday. There you go. We'll go to the injury report, and it's a little bit more sizable than usual, which is not great, but you know what? We live with it. It is going to be a tough game for sure today. I don't set the bar really that high for this game, but given the performances of the first 5 or so games, I want to see a gritty team performance. We're going to see probably a fair bit of time from Watford, Sharp, Brooks even. Obviously, Ben is not going to, be able to free those guys up from the bench with, elite passing. So Spencer Dinwiddie, who had 7 first quarter assists last time out, we're going to rely on him to handle the rock and, really command the offense, which is going to be incredibly important. So we'll see how we go. Make sure to put your predictions in the chat. Those who are here, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing excellent. If we win today, it'll be 4 in a row. So obviously you want to, get a dub. But the problem is, the Celtics are an incredibly good team. They have not lost this year. They also, they played the Pacers, who were 3-2 a couple of days ago and won by 50. So, and they dropped 155 in the process, and conceded 104. So let's hope we're not in for that sort of experience. But, if that game's proved anything, it's that the Celtics can do absolutely anything. So we'll see how we go. A couple key things to point out for the Nets today. The Nets are actually wearing their city uniforms for the first time this season. It is the Cause design, where it's like a really weird kindergarten sort of font, sort of like the Basquiat ones last year. So yeah, it's a little bit of a weird sort of jersey. I think it's going to grow on me. The court actually looks really good, really crisp, really clean, but the jersey's probably a little bit different. The players wearing them doesn't look too bad actually, but that being said, if I wanted to buy it, I probably would look like an idiot. Ben is out. Yes, he is. Ben is out. It is not with anything serious or anything for that matter. It is just merely management. It's the second night of a back-to-back. Obviously, quite a few games. We've only had really 1-day breaks between games for the majority of the season. So I think it's a sensible decision. Obviously, you don't want to potentially bring any sort of minor niggle to the forefront, because if you do, then obviously in a very condensed NBA season, that injury can go from something minor to something much larger if you expose it long enough. So It's going to be interesting to see how this team performs. I mean, obviously, the other night against the Heat, we were shorthanded as well with 3 starters out, and we somehow toughed it out from 16 down. And that was on the back of the bench performing. So, I mean, anything is possible with this group. Anything is possible. So, I mean, set the bar pretty high because I think, you know, this team is well and truly capable of achieving anything, really. This is the good thing about having players out. It gives a bunch of players at the bottom of the rotation who are festering down there to really get an opportunity to prove themselves. Yeah, so like players like Watford, Armani Brooks, Day'Ron Sharp, Dennis Smith Jr. even. I don't know if Lonnie Walker is out because he was questionable with a little bit of knee soreness on the injury report, so that could indicate that he is out. But I'm not 100% sure. I've been trying to get the status update. All I see is he's questionable. I haven't seen anything relatively up to date in the last 5 or 10 minutes. He may actually play. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't gotten that clarification yet, but big game, ladies and gents. Second home game. Obviously, the last time we played at the Barclays Center, we fell short in the run home. It could have been a win. It was the dagger by Donovan Mitchell, which put the game to bed. So yeah, I mean, I got hope we can get this one done. I got plenty of hope. And hope is the biggest thing. Obviously, if you go into a game believing you can't win, well, you're not going to win the game, are you? Because that severely changes your whole outlook on the game and how you attack it. All right. I thought the game was on ESPN today. So did I. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we're about to get underway for Nets and Celtics. Starting fives for both teams. I mean, the Celtics probably have the strongest starting lineup I've seen in years. This is going to be our 4th different starting 5 of the season. It's usually been like one minor alteration, with Claxton Johnson out, at least. Since then, it's been just one small change, one player in, one player out. I don't know about Lonnie Walker's status, as I've said. These jerseys look really odd. They're not... I don't really know. Let me know what you think about the jerseys, because they're a little bit odd. They don't look, like, hideous, but... That being said, yeah. I don't really have any comments, to be honest. Royce looks like he's going to be playing on Porzingis. And we saw him play on Jokic last year, and he did a good job of it. They're feeding Porzingis already, backs him down. The 2-pointer is good. This could just be bully ball all game long. Dinwiddie starts with it. Bridges for 3. That is an air ball. God damn, I don't think he's ever... I don't think he's shot an air ball with the Nets ever. So, first shot of the game is off for the Nets. Lonnie Walker looks to have suited up, so I think he is playing. Tatum feeds Porzingis. Now Finney-Smith, the physical option on him. Porzingis going to back down Finney-Smith. Shoots again. That's off, but Royce O'Neal cannot box out, and we have 4 points on the board for the Celtics already. So, good start for Boston. What did I really expect, though? O'Neal from the outside. The 3 is good, and we are on the board for 3. Boston. First basket of the game for the Nets. Holiday lost the ball. O'Neal with the steal. We're out in transition. We have the numbers. Royce pulls up and got swatted from behind. It somehow ended up with Finney-Smith, and Royce again is off. I swear to God, if Royce is 10 or more threes today, I'm going to lose my mind. He had 9 yesterday. So we nearly got there. Tatum. Switch. Dinwiddie picks him up. 3 is good. And that, bro, I swear to God, Tatum always has highly efficient games against the Nets. It's Dinwiddie now to Bridges. Easy drive. Layup for 2. 7-5. Tatum. Lost the ball again. Cam Thomas with the steal. Tatum wanted a foul. Thought he got hit on the arm. Transition 3 is off. And it's Royce O'Neal who's taken another 3-pointer. That is already 4 in the game. Brown cross. Dinwiddie trying to hold his own in the paint on Porzingis. Tatum was wide open. Or had a runway to the basket that was wide open. Royce. Bridges. Drives on Porzingis. Tried to shelter the ball, but Porzingis with the block. And now Brown. Pass to the wing for Tatum. Shoots over the top. And another 3. This is just going to be... I mean, this is going to be a long day, isn't it? We're already 1 of 5 from 3-point range. Thomas 1-on-1 with Horford. Shoots the step back 3. That's off. Can we actually just drive it? I mean, that's one of the things you have to contend with when they've got Porzingis in the game. You can't really drive it because you're going to get blocked. Feel like the mid-range game is going to be important. Tatum again. That one's off and a rebound for Dinwiddie. Gets it ahead. Finney-Smith in rhythm. He got it. And Doe is absolutely scorching. Scorching this season. I think he's above 50% from 3. We collapse the paint. Porzingis gets the soft bounce off the rim. 14-8 Boston. And they've started extremely well. 6 of 8. Dinwiddie down the middle for 2. Porzingis was forced to sit on the outside with obviously that small ball stretch lineup. Brown shoots the mid-range over Dinwiddie, and that's way too easy. I mean, feel like there's got to be a little bit more pressure there. We didn't really settle defensively. Thomas 1-on-1 with Porzingis. The space is permitted, and Thomas knocks down the 3. It's 16-13. So, a lot of offense early. Nets renowned for this. Starting games pretty well. Brown. Drive and spin. Shoots the jumper. And doesn't get the bounce. Dinwiddie will bring it up for the Nets. Is he going to shoot a 3? It looked like he was going to shape up for it. But he sends a cross court. Thomas down the middle. Blocked by Horford. And now the Celtics the other way. Brown down the middle. The scoop. He is fouled by Finney-Smith. And it's going to be 2 shots. So our first free throws of the game will arise off the back of that Brown drive and the Finney-Smith foul. So 2 free throws coming up now. Brown, the first, is off. See, the Celtics already have 3 blocks in this game, and that is the indication of why you can't really force, you know, the inside game, because the Celtics do have that presence there. Porzingis with 2 of those 3 blocks. Second free throw is off. What are you talking about? They've called it back for another free throw. That is rubbish. Finney-Smith claims he was boxing out Holiday, which I think he had a case for, because that was... We're going to get a tech. I have no idea what's going on. Finney-Smith still arguing the point. Brown, this time on the 3rd try, gets the free throw to go. So, had 3 shots after one of those was a lane violation. Dinwiddie down the middle. Kick out. Finney-Smith. Ball fake. Dinwiddie in the corner now. who relocated. He's got a little bit of space. He's going to drive and kick. Bridges, got to shoot it in the mid-range. Halfway down, and it didn't go in. And now the Celtics can extend the lead with a pull-up 3 by Brown. That is off. Dinwiddie keeps it in play. With the long rebound, he pulls up for 3. It's off. Oh my God, Royce nearly put Brown on a poster with the putback dunk. We still secure the rebound though. 7 to shoot for Thomas. Drive on Porzingis. Layup. No good. And Holiday with the pull-up 3. In response, that's got to kill you. Because that was an excellent move by Cam Thomas to change hands and get away from that reach of Porzingis, but he wasn't able to complete the layup. And now Dinwiddie will drive. Kick out to Bridges. Catch and shoot 3. It's online. It's off, though. It's short. And a rebound for Boston. So we bypass the halfway point of the first quarter, with the Nets having conceded 20 already. Tatum the Euro. The kick out to Holiday, who's open. Shooting practice. It's off, but Tatum with the putback. It doesn't go in. How did Horford end up with it? And we've got a timeout. So these offensive rebounds are going to be an absolute problem. You almost feel as if you may have needed... This may have been a crazy shout, but starting Day'Ron Sharpe wouldn't have been a bad idea. I mean, you have to start Royce on the backing that, well, JV loves him and he plays him 32 minutes a night. So he was never not going to get the start. But that's infuriating, man. Nets piss me off. No big man when... where's... Okay, I'm going to need you to retype that because I'm not sure what you meant. Can we please play Harry Giles tonight? Giles may get some minutes, judging off the back of this first quarter where we've really struggled. Let's get the box score up, and you will see for the Celtics, they have 8 points, Tatum shooting 3 of 5, the high man, but already 3 offensive rebounds and 3 blocks. So Boston really asserting their dominance there. 15 shots already and 6 threes. They've made 3 of them. Already 11 boards. We're going to get smashed in the rebounding department. As you can see, we're already getting out rebounded by 5. And it would have been actually worse if we hadn't gotten 3 offensive boards of our own. So those offensive rebounds are going to be valuable. The surprising thing is we actually have more shots than the Celtics to open this game, but we're shooting it abysmally from both 3 and the field. Royce O'Neal already has taken 5 shots. He's missed nearly all of them. He's taken quite a few from the outside. Good thing is Dinwiddie, I think he's doing a decent job of facilitating and keeping the ball zinging around, but it's sort of a little bit predictable because Dinwiddie, when he drives, Porzingis covers him, so there's not really any need for Boston to have to collapse in the paint. So those 3-point shooters that usually would be open off the back of a drive aren't. So we're missing players like, you know, I mean, I don't think Ben would have actually resolved that. I've got to fix this because Dorian Finney-Smith has not done too much. He is going to be the man we keep tabs on, though, today. Let me just get rid of the blocks and all this jazz. So, yeah. 22-13 to start. Yeah. I need to see Watford playing. Why is Ben not playing? Ben's not playing because of maintenance. Injury maintenance, whatever that means. It is the second night of a back-to-back, so that is understandable. Dinwiddie to Royce after the timeout. Let's see what we've drawn up. Are there any changes? No. Sam Hauser's in for Boston with Peyton Pritchard. Tatum to the bench. And same with Horford. We have a foul on Hauser, I believe. Royce trying to cut to the basket down the middle. It's going to be a side out for the Nets. So, inbounder will be Cam Thomas. Ball's going to be inbounded to Royce. He gets it back to Cam Thomas. Now Bridges. Roller was Royce. They didn't use him. The pass wasn't there. Dinwiddie defended by Brown. It's good defense. Good rollover by Boston. Finney-Smith had the open look, though. No hand in the face. And it is a miss. Pritchard picked up by Bridges on the outside. Brown, surveying the floor, waits for the screen by Porzingis. They try to feed him, and that is going to be a foul on Royce. So, 4:56 to play in the first quarter, 22-13. I expect changes to occur now. Lonnie Walker's into the game with Dennis Smith. Cam Thomas to the bench with Dinwiddie. So it looks like Bridges is going to be the leader of this, well, somewhat second unit. Brown. High screen by Porzingis. Nearly tipped out of play by Bridges, who was alert. Holiday going to back down Smith. Turnaround 2 on the baseline is off. So good defense there by DSJ. Walker going to drive on Hauser. Pass into Finney-Smith, and the layup is good. So Lonnie Walker, that athleticism that we, well, really find valuable, that's going to come in really clutch tonight, especially when we find ourselves in a switch on the big. Brown for the mid-range. That is far too easy. Going under the screen and allowing that much space is not going to be acceptable in this game, especially against Boston. Walker, quick trigger for 3. It's good over Porzingis. Top of the key, 24-18. And we've got about 4 minutes to play. The Nets doing well to hang in. 6-point game for Boston. Holiday will let the ball roll momentarily. Now get it to Brown. And the switch again. Royce picking up Brown. Oh my goodness. It's another foul. And it's going to be Royce's second. So that obviously, I mean, the fouls we've been committing, we seem to be in a little bit of discomfort having to obviously guard that big man. So 24-18. Brown is at the line. Apparently that's on the shot. So a little bit questionable there. The free throw for Brown is good after obviously he missed his first 2. But that got... Well, one of the misses got cancelled out because of a lane violation. Royce goes to the bench and Trendon Watford, who can handle the rock, is into the game. So not only are we replacing that size... or like doing a like-for-like swap with size, we're also bringing in a player who can handle the rock. Brown makes both free throws. Dennis Smith is going to bring the ball up, and he is met at half court by 2 Boston defenders. Watford, now back to Smith, and now Bridges, picked up by Peyton Pritchard. Smith going to drive, get it to Watford. One more for Walker, down the middle. The layup is good. The verticality meeting Porzingis at the apex. And it is 2 off the glass for Lonnie Walker. So he started well in this game. He's got 5 points and a dime. Porzingis on the catch and shoot 3. That is long. And a rebound by Walker. So excellent minutes early for Lonnie. He's going to drive on Pritchard again. Somehow get the shot up. And Pritchard is going to be pinged with the foul. Lonnie's taken a bit of time to get up because pre-game had a bit of leg soreness, according to the status report. And he landed on the floor quite hard. So it's going to be free throws for Lonnie, but at the expense of a little bit of soreness in that leg that seems to be troubling him a little bit. The first free throw is good. Dinwiddie's back into the game. Bridges goes out and exits with 9 minutes under his belt. Dayron is in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And from the Celtics perspective, I have not seen anything else. I don't know who that is that's in the game for Boston. So the disrespect by me. However, he is setting up on the wing. I don't know who that is. Number 12 for Boston. Let me know. Pritchard picked up by Watford. Brown Dinwiddie guarding him. The step back three is off, and the rebound by Watford. I can live with that. Walker brings it up again. Leading the second unit. Walker from the mid-range. It is good. He's an absolute baller, this guy, and it has cut the lead, that bucket, to 2 points with about 2.5 to play. Brown leading the offense. That hasn't looked great. It's looked a little bit disjointed. Porzingis was fouled on the shot, but we very nearly had closed that one down well. So a timeout for the Celtics, I do believe. 26-24 at this stage. So happy with Lonnie. Absolutely loving this guy. I hope the Nets could somehow keep Lonnie with this team. Well, if he enjoys the vibes, hopefully he hangs around, but he's probably going to get his paycheck. That being said, he was willing to take a pay cut or get, sign a deal on a vet minimum with his team, which is crazy. Crazy. What a bargain. If we somehow win this, I will never doubt this team again. I mean, if we win this game, God, I don't know where I'd start, honestly. Let's have a look at the box score, though. Lonnie Walker's been great off the bench. The offense has sort of boosted a little bit in this game with him in the lineup. Dorian Finney-Smith is our man that we are putting on the spotlight today. He has got 5 points and a rebound. Elsewhere, I mean, he's the top scorer on the court, in the starting lineup. Lonnie Walker, in 2 minutes, has 9 points. I mean, that's Armani Brooks-esque right there. He's already made all of his shots. He has gotten to the line. He's made a three-pointer. He's passed the ball. He's gotten a rebound. All we need is a little bit of defensive activity. Get a steal or two and a block. Happy days. I mean, we're not shooting the ball particularly well, but the good thing is that we have actually taken 3 more shots than the Celtics. And we've only made 1 less. We've taken a lot of three-pointers. We've kept the Celtics off the free throw line as well. And we have not turned the ball over once against a good defensive team in Boston. Not turning the ball over in a quarter is an excellent result, especially when you don't have Ben Simmons. The only downside is the assist number. That's been through the roof recently, but we've only had 4 free throws from 9 shots. So probably want to look at, creating a little bit more ball movement. But outside of that, I'm pretty happy with what we've been delivering thus far. Is it the in-season tournament? No. There is an in-season tournament game next weekend with this fixture. On the 11th of November here. It'd be the 10th if you're in America. Or maybe it is the 11th. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's a week from today. I don't know. So it's going to be Boston free throws out of the timeout, I do believe. 26-24 the scoreline. So this is nearly a fully exclusive bench unit. We're playing 3 guards with Dinwiddie, Dennis Smith, and Lonnie Walker. We also have Dayron out there and Trendon Watford, who can handle the rock. He is playing the 4, though, of course. We need as much size as we can get. He gets that rebound, speak of the devil. So Watford to Dinwiddie. Gets it across the half-court line, and now Dayron gets it back to Dinwiddie. JV looking for us to get into the offensive set nice and early. Oh, Dayron! Huge dunk over Porzingis. Great roll to the rim. Strong take. Excellent bounce pass by Dinwiddie to feed him. And that was excellent team basketball. 3 from the corner by who the hell is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy? It's a 4-point game yet again. Dennis Smith, Dinwiddie, catch and shoot 3. Banker! Didn't call it, but we take those. Tatum Bounce pass. Porzingis is fouled by Smith. And that's a sensible thing to do because obviously, well, Dennis Smith is just about half the size of Porzingis. So that's a no-brainer to foul right there. Love Dayron just having no fearlessness or no fear in dunking that ball over Porzingis because he was right there. Could have easily blocked him. Could have looked quite embarrassing for Dayron, but in the end, he was doing the embarrassing. So Porzingis makes the first free throw. The second is off. Good rebound by Dayron. And now Dinwiddie. Tatum's back on the floor, as we've mentioned. Dinwiddie to Lonnie Walker. One-on-one with Hauser. Cross. Oh, the hang. Dayron with the putback too. And I don't know what's going on here. But the interesting thing is, I mean, there's been some comments about this Nets team. A very unique team. We've got a technical free throw. We could actually take the lead. Porzingis with the technical already. And Dinwiddie bricks the free throw. That is just excellent news. The good thing about this Nets team is the fact that most teams are going to get outdone by our bench. That's where our advantage is going to be because already 11 benched points for this Nets team. That's a deep three by Pritchard, who gets the rebound. The Nets end up with it. A spin move by Smith. Pass to Dayron. One more for Lonnie Walker, and he's going to have to roll it back out because he fumbled it. So we can't capitalize on the break, but we do have the ball here. Dinwiddie, cross-court pass to Smith. Three is short, and a rebound for the Celtics. Tatum gonna drive. Good defense by Smith, and he's knocked it out of Tatum's hands with about 35 to play in this first quarter. Luke Cornett is into the game. Brissett is the guy for Boston that's been playing. I thought it was him, but I didn't want to be the guy that spits the wrong information. So Dayron to the bench. 31 apiece. 35 seconds to play in the first. Nets will defend this three-point shot, and that is, well, I mean, you can't really stop that. Defender's right there. Hauser just knocking it down from the outside, about 5 feet behind the line. Walker, the layup attempt. That was a bit of a ropes pass. And then another ropes pass. Good recovery by Smith, who saved it. And a foul by Pritchard. And he's knocked down the three from half court. Can't knock down a three from 25 feet out, but he can knock down a three from, well, nearly three-quarter court. I mean, they had us in the backcourt with 10 seconds to play on the shot clock, and they fouled us. So now with that foul, you know, the clock resets, and we have 18 seconds to operate. We should have 14? No. I don't know what's going on here. I think there's a shot clock problem. There should be a... The clock should have been reset to 14, right? I don't know. Dinwiddie. We got 12 to shoot. We can just wind the clock down. We brought in Thomas and Bridges for the final offensive possession. So I hope it's good. Thomas, drive. He's attracted multiple defenders. He got it to go +1. Off the window. And it's going to be the Celtics with it. The Celtics with it after this free throw attempt by Cam Thomas. That is an insane layup right there. The body bump. He's not even looking at the basket. He just is able to turn his body just enough to line himself up perfectly to get that bucket to go. He's got an opportunity to tie the game with 3 seconds left. And the key thing is we don't foul. Thomas, the free throw is good. So the game is tied, and the ball is inbounded to Pritchard. Gets it to the three-point line. Multiple defenders on him, and that was always going to be an incredibly tough shot. But what a great quarter to end things. Or what a great passage of play to end things by the Nets. 34 apiece, and I'm really ecstatic about that first quarter. With the team we're playing, the team we're playing and the team we are versing, coming up against, it's been a solid performance. I don't like Dennis Smith's shot selection. Well, him knocking down that half-court shot, maybe you should just take half-court shots. Maybe you should just camp around there. Where's Ben 10? Injured or out with injury maintenance management. That poster, though, yeah, no, it was a pretty good dunk. Give Sharp the ball down low and get out of his way. Yeah, I mean, he's a quality player when he actually doesn't fumble the ball, because he does that way too often, and sometimes the passes don't do him justice. The mid-season tournament, I don't think, is every Tuesday, because there is a game that does not land on a Tuesday for the Nets against Orlando, I do believe. Quick box score check. Why is it doing that? You can see that, I'm struggling to say my words. The high man for the Nets is Lonnie Walker with 9 points. He's shooting the ball very well. Cam Thomas with 6, leading the starters. The shooting resurrected itself at the back end of the first quarter. As the bench unit came in, we've actually wrestled back well. No turnovers in the first quarter, which is an excellent sign. We've broken even with them on rebounds, which is also a good sign. 13 apiece there. And we've also taken 4 extra shots, which is awesome. We're equal on threes. We've had 1 extra make, and we've also had 4 less free throws, which is, I think that's going to be part of the problem. You can see who's taken the free throws. Porzingis has had 4. So, look, it's not going to be easy to contain those guys, but I can totally take what we've done in the first quarter. I think there's improvements to be had in some areas, but like the turnover game, that's excellent. That is an excellent sign. Obviously, Boston would want to focus on forcing those turnovers, because obviously we're going to be, highly disadvantaged if we can't look after the basketball. In transition, we're going to get belted, especially if the bigs start to rim run for the Celtics. But, if we look after the ball, we'll be okay. Dayron gives it to Bridges. The drive gets by Brissett. The kick out. Finney-Smith in the corner for 3. It's off. And I can live with that sort of shot. But unfortunately, it doesn't go down. Tatum, the cross. It was a saucy cross. He lost the ball. Somehow the Celtics end up with it. Tatum is relocated to the corner. He is tightly guarded by Finney-Smith. And Bridges comes over to help and deflects it out of bounds. So it will be a side out for Boston in the corner with 9 seconds to play on the shot clock for them. Voice crack. Ball inbounded to Cornette. Dinwiddie is guarding him on the perimeter. The switch. Holiday the drive. Body bump. Finney-Smith did well. And Dayron did an excellent job of getting that rebound. The all-important rebound. Thomas. High screen by Dayron. Dinwiddie. Fake the pass. Took a dribble. Passed it off to Finney-Smith. Takes a baseline. Dump pass. And a foul on four in the favor of Dayron Sharp. So 2 free throws coming up for Dayron. That's a good dump off pass by Doe. Attracted Luke Cornette. And it was a heads up play, I will say, by Cornette to latch on to Dayron's arm and force that misdirected layup attempt. Otherwise, it would have been an absolute cakewalk of a layup. 2 free throws for Dayron. The first one is good. Usually on the first free throw this season, he's been long. So that's a good start. The Nets have their first lead of the game, I do believe, at the 11:07 mark of the second quarter. Second free throw is good. So nice return by Dayron there. The more he can make the free throws, obviously, the more strategic you've got to be guarding Dayron. That's just falconed Shea Brissett on that rebound. Hit him on the head. It's going to be Nets ball after a long miss by Tatum on the pull-up three. So the Nets doing well to stay with the Celtics at the moment. This is quite surprising. Bridges on the drive, stops at the elbow, gets it to Cam Thomas on the wing. He also stops. He pulls up for two and gets the bounce over Holiday. So proving that his offensive game knows no bounds. They find Tatum, who initially lost it. The three is given to Brissett. It is off. The rebound by Bridges, and he was hacked by Tatum. So the Nets, an opportunity to reinforce this lead after a pretty strong start by Boston. It's taken a little bit of a turn. And the Nets are slowly getting a hold of this game, getting on top of this game. So 38-34 the score. Tatum remains in, to no one's surprise. Bridges will inbound. And Dinwiddie will facilitate the offense for the Nets, as he's been doing so well thus far in this game. Dayron, Cam Thomas receives the handoff, gets into the paint, stops, pull up two, rims out. Cornette tried to save it, and he did so successfully. Holiday will push the pace. He's got Bridges picking him up. He's going to back down Bridges, gets to his spot, shoots off the window, and a foul on Bridges. So Holiday getting to the free throw line. So Bridges probably not in the position he wanted to be there. He's much better off guarding offensive plays in front of him than when they back him down. First free throw, good for Holiday. If you are enjoying the stream, ladies and gents, make sure to drop a like on it. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. We're going to be back for as many Nets streams as we possibly can this season. So if you want a community to, you know, engage with, watch the games, go ballistic every time we, you know, score a game winner. I feel like that's going to happen this season at some point with all these close games. Then make sure to tune in for every game. Finney Smith in the corner for three after the two free throws were knocked down. The Nets are finding Dory. You see what I did there? Finding Dory. That's a three in response by Holiday. Did a full 360 around the rim. Went out. Nets in transition. The seas parted for Finney Smith to open. Well, they opened up and he, I just got a little bit lost there. A little bit bewildered at what the Celtics were doing there. I mean, it was nothing fancy, but they got the job done. They scored the 2 points. To sum things up, Dinwiddie. Oh my God, what is going on here? This is quite a few disjointed possessions here by the Nets. We still have it though somehow. Thomas maneuvers into the paint. Push shot is off. Rebound by Boston. I think I've gotten my bearings now. That is far too easy. What the fuck happened there? Cornet wide open under the basket. Easy two for Boston. It's a timeout for the Nets. We just need to, I think, relax a little bit. Yeah, man, I just did a terrible job of calling the game there. Just got completely lost in what I was trying to say. Let's have a look. Impressive stuff by the Nets. I wouldn't mind an Armani appearance. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, Armani could be an option, but I don't think the bench is really lacking anything at the moment. So I think Armani is probably not needed just yet. Maybe if we need to call upon something because the offense, you know, falters in the next 8.5 minutes. of this second or even in the third quarter if it's really stunted and Boston switch things up a gear, you know? Any update on Clax and Johnson? Nothing on Johnson except about 7 or 8 days ago, I think, or maybe a little bit less than that. They said he's 10 days away from reevaluation, whatever that means. Claxton is day to day. So I don't know what that means. You've still got Ben as your top assist and rebounder. Well, I mean, he is our top assist and rebounder, so that's why he's there. Those guys always try to compete every night. I mean, we're doing a great job of this. I mean, staying with them despite being depleted, I think that is testament to how deep our roster is. We're still putting out a respectable starting lineup every night, even with 3 starters out, you know. It's not a noticeable drop-off, you know, that we would have had in the KD Kyrie era. You know, there were teams that we would put out fucking, what's his name? James Johnson, like, God, TLC, Garrett Temple, what other players are notables? Last season, Patty Mills. We put out David Duke one night or a few nights. Edwards got out there. Yeah, so it's good to see that we still have like a respectable lineup around players like Bridges and Thomas and Spencer Dinwiddie, you know. Can you please show the box score? I was just looking at the chat, so I will do that after the next timeout, which I reckon will be in the next 3 or so minutes. We'll get there, though. Dinwiddie going to drive on Pritchard. Pritchard does well. Dinwiddie backs him down in the push shot. He's fouled by Pritchard, and that's pretty good aggressiveness, some decent court IQ by Dinwiddie to recognize that Pritchard in the post is not going to be comfortable, so 2 free throws coming up for Spencer Dinwiddie. And this will get the lead up to 3 if he can make both. I think he's done a really good job today. Gets a lot of criticism. I mean, rightfully so for these free throws because he hasn't made one of his 2 yet. So, hopefully, 3rd time lucky for Dinwiddie. Oh my God, he's missed all of his free throws. And when you're getting to the free throw line, you've obviously got to make them. That's an area we need to take advantage of. Already gotten to the line 8 times, which is a positive. Tatum responds with a 3-pointer. So just like that, the lead is back in Boston's lap. They've gone on a cheeky, I think, yep, a 9-3 run to get this lead back. Dinwiddie. Gonna back down Pritchard again. Kick out to Royce. We've got to open the court up a little bit. Bridges for 3. It rims out. And a rebound by Tatum. Thomas will assume responsibility of this matchup. Tatum gets to the cup and scores for 2. So, that's always going to be a difficult assignment with Jayson Tatum taking on Cam Thomas. I mean, the size mismatch is clear as day. Thomas, good switch. Doe, good pop. Good pop. Top of the key 3 for him. And that is his 2nd 3-point make of the evening. So he's had another good performance thus far. Horford in the corner to respond. It's off. Dinwiddie wasn't even looking at the basketball, but still managed to get the rebound. In transition, Bridges got rid of Tatum, still missed it. We have open numbers on the perimeter with the offensive board. Thomas was held up. Bridges at the elbow. It's off. Rebound by Finney-Smith. Another crack. Thomas for 3. This time it's off. And a rebound by Boston. So we had plenty of chances there to put them to the sword, but unfortunately weren't able to get a result. Brown the 2 in response, and that is fluent. So it took us 4 shots to get a miss, and it took the Celtics 1 shot to get a make. Killer. Thomas. Oh my goodness. He's not even facing the basket. The contortion to line himself up and get that basket was crazy stuff. And a travel created by Spencer Dinwiddie. Brown commits the travel. I just noticed Cam Thomas is wearing 2 different basketball shoes. He's got one black. Actually, never mind. Bro, those basketball shoes are so deceiving. Bridges on the driving kick. O'Neal on the catch. The 3 is off. And Dennis Smith is back in the game as well, should note. Royce shoots another 3. Finney Smith is pinged with a foul. Tatum nearly lost it out of bounds, but got the benefit of the doubt there. Cam Thomas is red on the inside of his shoes and black on the outside. So I was under the impression the man's got 2 different basketball shoes. Anyway, get back to the game, mate. Holiday on the reverse. That's good. Nice little baseline drive. Now Cam Thomas. Dennis Smith gets into the paint. He's going to have to shoot over Porzingis if he wants the shot. Doesn't. Now he's going to try again. Bounce pass to Royce. Back out of Cam. 4 to shoot. Drives it on Brown. And he's gotten fouled. So a bailout with 2.1 on the clock. Jaylen Brown's picked up his second. Apparently that's not even a shooting foul, which is a load of rubbish because, well, I mean, it depends where the foul is. Wait, is it 2 shots? It is 2 shots. All right, we take those. So Cam Thomas at the line. First free throw is pure. So, ladies and gents, I think we're going to be experiencing another close game today because Boston, the unbeaten team who scored 155 on the Pacers, are only up 1 on the Nets, who are missing 3 of their starters. Ben Simmons, Johnson, and Claxton. Here's Brown on the drive. And DSJ causes a lockup. It's going to be a jump ball. And DSJ with the defensive activity. Excellent stuff. That is so well done. And DSJ nearly forced the turnover because he slapped it off Brown's leg. However, Brown was able to just latch onto the ball and ensure that that wasn't ricocheting out of bounds. Who's going to secure? The Celtics do. So they have an opportunity to get it to a 2-possession game. Tatum, the spin, and the foul. 2+1. That was, bro, what a pirouette. And then meeting the contact, still able to score. That's where, you know, the star players separate themselves from the rest, you know? So Tatum with an opportunity to make this the 3-point play, and he makes that. So a 4-point game for the Celtics as we enter the final 5 minutes of this first half. Tatum is 8 in the quarter. Thomas now going to drive. Pass to Finney Smith is going to drive. Hand off to Bridges, and now Thomas. High screen, Finney Smith. Thomas the pull-up 2. That's short. It's a foul on DSJ, who somehow pushed Porzingis. Porzingis put a little bit of mayo on it, but, you know, doesn't really matter as long as you get the call. And the Celtics did well at getting that call. Tatum, one-on-one with Finney Smith. The screen is set, and they find themselves in the switch. Tatum, I swear that was off his leg. I would say that's a bailout of sorts. They're going to execute a play here. Tatum is signaling a, well, triangle, whatever the hell that means. I'm pretty sure that was off Boston. Refs are discussing something. I have no idea what's going on. Both teams in the bonus as well. That's something to note. They're looking for Porzingis. It was stolen away. The Nets in transition. Excellent dime by Mikal Bridges, and Cam finishes it off at the rim. 52-50. Bridges again. Steal. DSJ hustling. And he was shoved into the first row. It's going to be Nets ball. Tatum is livid. Tatum is livid. Let's see who that was off. I don't know who that was off. I don't know if that was a foul or just off Boston out of play. I have no idea what that was, but definitely a memory for the definitely a memory for those sitting in the first row. They've been barreled over by Dennis Smith Jr. It's Boston calling a challenge at the 4:13 mark, so they may be successful here. I'm not sure, but great defensive activity yet again. That's what we got DSJ in for, that hustle. Mikal Bridges also doing a great job of getting a couple of steals in two possessions, or disrupting in two possessions. We got the steal off one of them. And then the fast break points. Obviously, we've capitalized greatly this season. We're number one in the league for fast break points. Here is the box score. Tatum's got 16, the only player in double figures for Boston. Let me actually get that up for you. They're shooting at pretty bang average from 3. Even the field, it's not necessarily all that eye-catching. Brown's only got 9. I'm really happy with this defensive performance. 5 turnovers, the rebounds, they've got 22. I'm interested to see what the Nets have. They've got 19, but we've got 6 offensive rebounds. The free throw number, we've taken 1 less. And scored 1 less. The threes, we've hit 1 more. The Celtics have made 1 extra field goal. We still have not had a turnover in this game, which is baffling to me. Cam Thomas has 14 points. Let me update Dorian Finney-Smith's numbers. He's got 3 threes in this game, and he's also got 4 rebounds. He's had a really good first half yet again. In our wins, he's averaging, I think, about 18 points a game, which obviously is well on track for that number. Fun fact, I did see this on the broadcast before. In wins, we have allowed opponents to shoot 33% from 3, and in losses, we've allowed opponents to shoot 40% from 3. Currently, Boston sit at 35.5, so decent stuff. I mean, Bridges is 1 of 8, and we're still in this game. Cam Thomas is 14, he's leading the way, but Finney-Smith doing a great job. O'Neal and Bridges combining for 2 of 14 and 1 of 9 from 3, and we're still in this game. Lonnie Walker off the bench with 9. He hasn't played really since the start of the first, or start of the second quarter. Let's see what the call is. I think Celtics get the ball now. Celtics are going to get the ball, but they're going to have to, take it from the backcourt. I thought there was a foul in there. That's what I was a bit confused about, because there was a foul in there. There was a fair bit of contact in the chase down for the ball. Okay, so it's successful. The Celtics will have 15 seconds to operate. They're going to have to start it in the backcourt. It's not really going to matter unless we full court press. So 52-50, 4:15 to play in this first half. It's been a pretty valiant effort by this Nets roster, who are shorthanded. Boston will inbound. 5 on the floor for the Nets is DSJ. And I don't know who else, because they're all off screen right now. Lonnie is back in. Finney-Smith, Royce, and Bridges round out the 5. Smith tightly guarding Brown. He goes down the middle. The scoop is off, and it's more free throws. Dennis Smith with a little bit of a bailout there. 3 seconds to shoot at the time of that foul. 3 for DSJ. 2 more free throws for Brown, who has been making a living at the line in this first half. That's probably an over-exaggeration, but you get what I mean. He's been getting quite a bit of success from here. That first free throw is good. Second free throw coming up for Brown after he made the first. And it's good. So 54-50. DSJ will bring the ball up. Maybe something's going to be drawn up for Lonnie. That's a lot of space for Smith. And he shot the 3. I don't think that's the kind of shot they were going for. Brown, that's an easy drive. That is fucking way too easy. Early offense for the Nets? No, thank you. DSJ back out to Finney Smith and now Walker. He's going to drive on Holiday. Royce is open in the corner. That 3, oh my fucking God, an air ball. Get out of here. Tatum backing down Doe. 3 by Horford is short. Rebound by the Celtics. Layup and a foul on Walker or Smith. So Tatum at the free throw line. So first free throw for Tatum is good. And they're just getting a little bit of separation off the back of these free throws they're getting at the end of this first half. DSJ to the bench. Dayron's back in. Finney Smith also went to the bench. I don't understand why he keeps playing Royce, dude. I say this every game. Here he is again. He's going to shoot another three-pointer, and he's going to miss again. But we're going to get a foul on the floor. Dayron Sharp is going to be the recipient of 2 free throws. Porzingis, I believe, is going to be hit with the foul. How much space are they giving this guy? O'Neal is bricking shots. Bro, I could be shooting at a higher percentage, and I suck at basketball. Oh my God. Free throw 1 off for Dayron. Of all the people you want at the free throw line, Dayron is probably not my first choice. So to cut the lead to 7, that's good. So he's 3 of 4 on the night. It is a 7-point game. I'd love for us to keep this down to under 10. I'd take a 7-point deficit going into the break. Tatum is going to back down Thomas. The spin. Good defense. And a travel. Well done, CT. Great defense by Cam, who's not known for that sort of shit, but Dinwiddie with good help defense as well. Trapping Tatum. Dayron was also there on the weak side. That's another turnover for Boston. The Nets still don't have a turnover. Cam in the corner. Back out to Dinwiddie. The drive. Nearly lost the ball as Holiday crept up on him. Dinwiddie to Royce. Ball fake. Space for the 3 and he knocks it down. Finally, he gets one to go. And that's creative stuff on the fly by Royce. Tatum's wide open for a response. That is, oh my God. That is as wide a three-pointer you'll get, as bad a miss as you'll get, but the offensive rebound by Boston is good. Walker thought he was fouled, or at least hit the deck and gave off that impression. That is too easy. I mean, Dayron tried to pick up the ball handler at the three-point line, but just let Porzingis dive right to the basket, and an easy 2 for him. Dinwiddie in a switch. Porzingis guarding him. 1-on-1. I'd take this baseline, Spence, which he does. Dayron takes it. Good move. And he's fouled again. So Dayron's doing a really good job of keeping these interior defenders accountable. And that's going to be more free throws for Dayron Sharp. And he's keeping this scoreboard ticking over with these free throws. Back at the line again. We've been in the bonus for quite a few minutes. Dayron makes the first. So he's 4-5 now, which is, well, excellent. I'm happy with these sort of numbers from Dayron. And now his second free throw is good. So a 6-point game going into the final 90 seconds of the first half. 5 on the floor is Dinwiddie, Cam Thomas, Royce, Walker, and Dayron. Brown for 3 over the top. That's short. The rebound by the Nets. Cam Thomas got a vital hand in there. And now Dinwiddie will get it across to Royce. Takes it all the way. Blew the layup. But Dayron for the putback 2. Porzingis caught napping. But that is a typical Royce possession where he, well, gets the opportunity for a fucking wide open layup and blows it. Holiday responds with the 3. And now Walker will drive it into the paint. Royce is open again. And bricks again. Are you fucking serious? Get him off, dude. Watford could make these threes. Watford could make these threes. Holiday. Gonna back down Thomas. The screen is set. And now the switch. Excellent wraparound pass. And it is Dayron who fouls Porzingis at the 38-second mark. 2 more free throws for the Celtics. These fouls really accumulating at the back end of the quarter. And you know what? I'd rather the free throws than, well, giving him a wide open 2. It was a good find by Holiday. Dayron providing some really good minutes, I do feel. Royce O'Neal, man, what the fuck is he doing on the court? Porzingis makes the first. I cannot wait to absolutely grill Royce O'Neal at halftime. Walker to the bench. Mikal gonna check back in. Let's not concede any more points, shall we? 66-58. Boston, 1 to come here for Porzingis. He makes it. All right. 9-point deficit for the Nets to make up. Please don't let it balloon. Cam Thomas is hassled by Tatum. He's going to hold things. We're not going to go for the 2-for-1. Screen's going to arrive by Finney-Smith. Nope, it's a bit of a shadow screen. We've got 5 to shoot, and the ball has not left Thomas's hands. Here's Royce. Oh my God. That's going to be our first turnover. We got a Royce O'Neal shot that didn't even hit the rim, despite having the entire 24 seconds to work with. That was just a pretty poor offensive set, a bit of miscommunication off the ball. Spencer Dinwiddie was visibly upset at the failure of that execution. Holiday, switch, Porzingis, doubled, kick out, Tatum, ball fake, 3 is good. And you could fucking see it from a mile away. 70 points for Boston, and that is the halftime break. They've scored 70. We haven't had an awful half, but at the back end of the quarter, things have fallen apart a little and gotten away. So 58-70 at the break. Let me have a look at what the chat is saying. Have a look. Not so many in the chat today. Yep. Why is Royce shooting so many threes? That's what everyone is asking, dude. It's because they're giving him the 3-pointers, and obviously he's going to take them because he's supposed to be a 3-and-D wing. But the problem is when you're not scoring the threes, you're going to be an absolute clown. Or look like a right clown. Need Watford. I want to see more Watford minutes in the second half. Royce ain't it. Is not being bad defensively, but on the offensive side of the ball, he's killing us, especially when you're giving away 70. You can't be missing the way he is. These guys don't know talent. These clowns don't know anything about basketball. Who are you referring to? These guys think reading stats is knowing basketball. I mean, if you do, he always provides good minutes. Defensively, he hasn't been awful, but bro, Royce. We've got a horrible end of the second quarter, but bad choices are cause of tiredness and shorthandedness. I don't think it's that. I just think we're missing shots. And if you can't play defense, which we don't really have the personnel to play good defense, you know, you're going to be always chasing tail if you can't get enough offensive scores to keep up with Boston. They've scored 70, and it's been pretty effortless. Let's have a look at the box score. I can actually bloody alter this thing. Okay, so, right. Okay, here we go, ladies and gents. Suit up, because I am ready to give Royce a right old grilling. This team has conceded 70 points. This team's conceded 70 points, but would you look at this? We have not had a turnover in this game. Now, usually no turnovers would indicate that you're playing well and you're playing good defense. 14 free throws. We only had 3 in 47 minutes yesterday. So that would indicate we're playing better. 7 offensive rebounds. That would indicate we're playing a lot better. Then you look at the shooting and you're like, well, how has this happened? You look at the bench. We've got 20 bench points. That's not bad. 2 players combining for 6 of 8 shooting. It's pretty good. Our big, 5 of 6 from the line, 2 offensive boards, 11 points in a half. You take that. And then you look at the starting lineup. Okay, Cam Thomas has got 14 on 12 shots. It's not awful. Could be better. Could be worse. You've got your stretch big scoring 11 and a half. I mean, he didn't score any in the second, but you're like, 3 threes, 3 offensive boards, pretty good. Pretty good numbers. Dinwiddie, 5 dimes, 4 rebounds, 5 points, triple-double watch. Happy days. But then you look at 2 specific individuals. Royce O'Neal and Mikal Bridges. Mikal, you are not off the hook either. These 2 players have combined for 3 of 20 from the field. That equates to a grand total of 15% from the field. Livid, mate. Royce O'Neal has shot 10 threes. I said in the first quarter, Royce O'Neal should not even take 10 threes in the game. This guy has taken 10 threes in a fucking half. Brother, what are you doing? This guy is ready to shoot 20 threes in a game. Has anyone ever done that before? Oh my God. It's a season average stat. Yeah, I think that's where the confusion may have come in, Ian. Yeah. 2 of 10. What are you doing? You're a negative 21 in 17 minutes and you're on the court. I mean, granted, the whole starting lineup has really suffered. They've played the most minutes. I mean, they've had to play these minutes in correlation with the Celtics playing heavy minutes with their starters, but my God. I'd rather have Day'Ron Sharpe shooting threes than have fucking Royce O'Neal shooting him. Oh, shit. Bro, I'd rather have Trendon Watford out there than Royce O'Neal. Dude, what is he offering? If you're telling me that 2 of 10 from 3.5 is a good return, then you're smoking something. Then I want what you're smoking. Because, bro, in any universe, that is shit. But Mikal's also been awful. I mean, that guy's got to be better than this. 1 of 8? I mean, that is a historically poor stat line. I mean, it's not, but you get what I'm saying. We need more from this guy. For Boston, I mean, we've actually had 5 more shots than Boston. Because we're forced, 5 turnovers, which isn't great, but when you've had 0, that's pretty good. They're out-rebounding us by 7, but that's more on the defensive glass, and that's understandable, given we're shooting at 38% compared to their 51%. It's not really surprising we're getting out-rebounded this badly. They had 3 blocks in about 5 minutes, but since then, they haven't really done anything. It's just been more us not being able to shot make. Free throws, they made a living at the line at the back end of the first half. 17 of those. They've only had 3 more than us, shooting them at a pretty good percentage. The threes aren't too bad. I mean, we haven't defended that awfully. Tatum's got 4 of 7, or gone 4 of 7. But outside of that, they've really struggled. There's a number of players for Boston who haven't knocked down a 3, which I think we can live with. But it's going to be the free throws, and it's also going to be fucking Mikal Bridges waking up and Royce O'Neal not playing another 17 minutes. Because that, bro, 2 of 10 in a half, that is baffling. I mean, you expect that from players like Steph Curry, who's given the license. Not fucking Royce O'Neal, bro. I can't believe this. How has he taken 10 threes? And you know what? They will give him another 10 3-pointers and he won't knock down more than 2. Because he either rocks up or he doesn't. He's taken the same amount of shots as Cam Thomas. I would rather have Dinwiddie shoot 10 threes. And that's usually a bad watch when he takes 10 threes. This is ridiculous, man. What does he see that the rest of us don't? Mate, fucked if I know. Honestly, I'm in awe. I actually want to go to Twitter just to see the shenanigans going on with this guy, because this bum keeps playing. I'm happy for him to play 15 minutes off the bench, but he does not warrant a starting spot. I'd rather have Finney Smith play the 4 and Dayron play the 5. There, I said it. Oh my god, it's just... I actually reckon we would be within 6 if Royce O'Neal was not taking 10 threes in a half. Like, seriously, come on now. Share your thoughts about the game thus far, and also drop a like on it. If you are enjoying, make sure to subscribe as well. We will be back for Nets Bucks in a couple of days. That's going to be another ripping matchup. So if you want to be tuned in for that, we will be starting from 15 minutes before tip-off, as usual. But yeah, that's the deal. If you want to donate, there's also a donation button. That's much appreciated as well if you want to do that. But Jesus Christ, Royce. 10 fucking threes. Royce has got to go. I literally said in my preseason predictions, I said that the most disappointing player on this Nets roster would be Royce O'Neal. And I'm not one bit regretting that call thus far. I think a lot of my calls after 6 games, I mean, obviously it's a pretty premature conclusion to come to. What did I say? I said Trendon Watford would break into the rotation. I know I'd rather have him over Royce right now. Royce would be the most disappointing. What are some other ones that are valid? Ben Simmons would average about 10 points a game. I think. That's what I said. I think I said under 10.5 points a game. Cam Johnson will average 16. Obviously, he's only played one game. Mikal will average 25. I didn't say... well, I think that one's probably aging the most poorly at the moment. Especially with a performance like this. I mean, amazingly enough, Mikal is only 1 of 8, but he has the next, or well, the best plus minus of any starter. So that's something if you want to take something away from the first half. But as far as I'm concerned, we've just got to reset. We've got to go again. I think our definitely some very spirited efforts in that first half. You know, pretty happy what we produced. I just think a couple players are really like anchoring us to the bottom of the sea right now and causing us to drown. Royce O'Neal and Mikal Bridges. I mean, if they're at least shooting what? If those two are combining for 40% from the field, so let's say they made a combined 8 of 20. So Mikal's like 4 of 8, and Royce is, what would he have to be? 4 of 12, which is pretty achievable by his standards. We probably are tied or have the lead. So I don't think there's too much to take away. The rebound number would have been much better if those misses weren't occurring. The turnover number's been excellent, so I think credit to Spencer Dinwiddie. But that assist number probably needs to go up. It's at 11 right now. I think we're going to be, far more the beneficiary if we can get that number to at least 25 by the end of the game. 3-pointers, I mean, I hope we can hit about 16 threes, but that percentage is god-awful. And I mean, if Royce stops taking them, then granted, it still looks like shit, but it would look a lot better. Without Mikal and Royce taking threes, we're 6 of 15, which is 40%. So outside of those two, I think that is severely, what's the word? Skewing the data here. Like, if you took away those two, 3 of 20, we would be 17 of 32. So we'd actually be above 50% if those guys weren't playing. Or if you took those stats out of the equation. So I don't think we've been awful. I just think, well, Boston have a lot of firepower. That's always going to be difficult to trump. But, I mean, simply put, Royce cannot be taking, like, any shots in the second half. Mikal's got to lift full stop. And I would like to see Cam push, he's on track for about 24, 25 shots. I think that's how we're going to win this game. So, and the turnover number needs to maintain itself. I think the rebounds will do the work if we start making shots. Those offensive rebounds, we've already had 7, so I think we're doing okay in that regard, but yeah, fair bit of work to do. I want to donate to the Royce O'Neal ejection seat. Honestly, we'll start a fund. Let's start a fund. All right, play resumes. And your favorite player, Royce O'Neal, is in the game. This is an anti-Royce agenda we're setting here. Oh, God, please don't shoot it. Every time he gets the ball on the perimeter, I'm going to want to die. Bridges into the paint. The turnaround 2 is good. And immediately, he matches the amount of buckets he scored in the first half in 30 seconds. So, good start by Mikal. Not crazy about DSJ either. He's been a bit foul prone in this game, but I think he's been really good in terms of defensive intensity, which is what we need from him. Brown definitely traveled. Threw the ball out of bounds. I mean, take your pick. So, Nets get a stop after scoring the first basket. Apparently, we've got 1 turnover in there. And you know what it probably is? Hold on. Bridges for 3! Brooklyn Bridges. Let's go. 2 buckets for Bridges to start the second half after being 1 of 8 in the first half. Here's Holiday. Quick response. No. Rebound, Finney-Smith. So, Bridges. High screen by Finney-Smith. He's going to get it here. Doesn't shoot the 3. Drives it. Kicks it out. Dinwiddie goes baseline. Back out to Finney-Smith. The 3 is good! We're started on a tear. 8-0 run in 1.5 minutes for the Nets. It's back down to 4. Let's go. They get it to Porzingis. Royce is picking him up. Holiday. Porzingis into the paint. Easy 2. You know what I have to say about this, right? If you're going to play Royce at the 5, then just fucking play Day'Ron Sharpe at the 5. Seriously. Dinwiddie has space for the 3. He scores for 3. One-man offense. But if it works, it works. Brown. Picked up by Royce. Get it to Porzingis. He's trapped under the basket, trying to get position. Does and scores for 2. Like, I just don't understand. If you're going to that easily allow Porzingis to get position, you might as well have Sharpe in the game. Bridges over Porzingis. He hits back iron. The rebound by Tatum. And the pace is pushed by Boston. Brown throws it out of bounds. How is that not Nets ball? That has to be Nets ball if it's not a foul. He's thrown it out of bounds. Not even close. That is clearly Nets ball. Should have challenged that. Should have challenged that. And it looks like we are getting a challenge. So we're going to win this. It's an absolute no-brainer. So many wasted trips for awful 3-point attempts early in the clock. Do agree with you on that one. Can't complain against the best team in the league. I think we've got to remember that. We've got to have expectations, realistic ones we can set. And I think being within 5, despite Mikal and Royce combining for 3 of 20 in the first half, that's a pretty admirable thing to do, especially with 3 starters out. And when you've also conceded 70 to Boston. The fact we have 69 points already with Mikal and Royce shooting so poorly and having taken so many of our shots, that's baffling to me. Should try Giles at the 5. Honestly, anything. 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 Except Royce. Anything. Did you get the message? Anything. Anything other than Royce. I promise you, it will pay off. I promise you. And if I'm wrong, well, I've lost all credibility. But you know what? I'll own the mistake. And that's something that Jacques Vaughn is not doing these days with Royce O'Neal. My guy, you've just got to own it. You've just got to own the fact that, yes, you love Royce, but you've got to throw emotions to the side and just be like, I've got to make the hard decision. Royce, I've got some bad news for you. You're not getting minutes. Get the hell out of here. All right? With all due respect. Even though the only thing it does mean is disrespect. We're not going to look at the box score. I mean, it's 2.5 minutes into the second half. It hasn't really changed too much. We'll look with a bit of a larger sample in this third quarter. I would assume it's going to be Nets ball. Clearly, it's gone off Boston. Bro, he's got both hands on the ball. I don't know how you missed that. So, we are going to get the second challenge, and we're also going to retain the timeout. So, that's awesome to see. It means you got to use your challenge a little bit more tactically. If it's clear cut, that's when you use it. Dinwiddie, after the timeout, to Bridges. We're playing a little bit of 5 out. Back to Dinwiddie. What the hell? Royce just fell over. The ghosts tripped him up. Bridges for three again. That's off. So after making his first two, he's missed his second two in this quarter. Tatum, high screen and switch. Horford in the corner. Porzingis fighting for position. Royce pokes it away into the backcourt. They've got 7 to shoot. Brown drives it, gets to his spot, shoots over DFS. Good box out by the Nets, and Cam Thomas with the rebound. So to cut it to a single possession, can we please drive it to the cup? There is no interior presence for the Celtics under the basket. Thomas 1-on-1. He drives it now. He gets to his spot, shoots the banker. Should have just shot straight up. Oh my God, that is a prayer by Holiday. That is off. Long rebound by Cam again. He's going to drive and pass it to Royce. Dinwiddie gets by Holiday, the scoop, and he scores for two. 74-71. The Nets have gone on an early quarter run and gotten the game to within a possession. Bridges allows Holiday to get position, and Holiday's, well, got that physical edge over him. Oh, what a move by Thomas. Gets into the paint and the layup. He got hit in the face, and it's going to be a timeout. There, of course, is no foul because the Nets don't get the superstar whistle. And don't ask me how that's not a foul. So 76-73. Now I think it's a bit more of a suitable time for a box score check. Clearly, Cam Thomas got hit in the face. He got belted in the face. That should have been a free throw there, but well, it is what it is. Ben out with back injury maintenance. Yeah, that equals rest. Of course it equals rest. I'd rather see Mr. Whammy than Royce. Honestly, I mean, I reckon Mr. Whammy in his heyday would have been an absolute baller. Seriously, I reckon he would do a better job, shooting three-pointers. I think he's still got that ability in him. You know, he's not showing it off. He's trying to, tuck it away and only use it for specific circumstances where it's needed. I think this situation right here that we're experiencing with Royce, I think it's one of those situations, Whammy. So, honestly, I wouldn't mind his services right now. Because Royce isn't doing a great job at what he's supposed to do. This is the box score, and you can see a couple of three-pointers has gotten that percentage up. I mean, a couple of shots being made by a few players has gotten the percentage up. We now have 4 players in double figures, another couple with 6 or more. So that's pretty good. Mikal scored 5 in the quarter. Cam Thomas has scored a bucket. And Spencer Dinwiddie has also knocked down a 3 and scored a layup. So 5 points for him, 5 for Bridges. It's been a good start to this quarter. Let me get Dorian Finney-Smith's stat line up to date. He's got now 5 rebounds to go with his 14 points, which is awesome stuff. And just like that, the game is back within 3. So a common trend of this team is, even though we shouldn't be in certain games, we are, just by, we've always found a way in the first 5 or 6 games of the year. I mean, it doesn't really matter how depleted we are or how bad a player is shooting. One of our better players are shooting. There's always guys stepping up. In this game, I mean, off the bench, Dayron and Lonnie have been really good. Finney-Smith again with 14. He's been solid. Cam Thomas with 16. He's had a couple down games, but he's stood up quite well in this one. He's leading the Nets in scoring. And Spencer Dinwiddie has handled the rock extremely well. Hasn't really turned it over. The only turnover we have had is that one where we committed a shot clock violation in the final possession of the second quarter. The Nets force another turnover, and we have an opportunity to tie things up or get it down to 1. Dinwiddie, step back 3. Don't shoot that. Fucking hell. Drive it to the cup. You don't have any presence on the interior for Boston. Holiday, good cut. Wrap around pass to Brown. thought about the three, then shot the three and knocked down the three. So it goes from potentially tying the game to a 2-possession game and a 6-point lead for the Celtics. Dinwiddie surveying traffic. Not much going on here with regards to off-ball movement. Dinwiddie's got a bit of space. Oh, Royce. He's going to shoot a three. And he fucking bricks it. What a surprise. Bridges. Offensive rebound. And the putback for 2. That's proving 2 things. Bridges keep shooting the ball. Royce, stop shooting the ball. Brown is fouled. And I don't know where the foul is. In all honesty, I think Brown may have tripped over. We're going to see the replay now. I was quite blindsided. He's just fallen over. Bro, he's just fucking flopped, mate. He's put extra sauce on that one. So Celtics let off there because it would have been a turnover. Porzingis was nearly unsuspecting of that pass. Holiday gets it now. Picked up by Bridges. That is nearly at the logo for Porzingis. And he knocks it down. With that sort of height, it's sort of like the rim is a mini hoop, honestly. Porzingis is on 19 points. Dinwiddie the acceleration, and he's got to do that far more often because this 5-out lineup is creating opportunities at the rim. If it's not going to be an open layup, it's going to be an open 3 on the outside. Tatum is going to face up Finney-Smith, shoot a tough shot, and not get the bounce. So the Nets can cut it back to a 1-possession game. Thomas, the switch, he's got Porzingis on him. And at this right wing, we're going to attack again. Bit of shake and bake. The kick out to Dinwiddie. Behind the back. Oh, what a move! He missed the layup and knew he missed it. He's frustrated. And the Celtics go the other way through Holiday. Horford, ball fake. Drives baseline, lost the ball. Good defense by the Nets. And then Holiday. I mean, Thomas just let him get that position. Holiday has been bossing his opponents around in this one. And that's another 3 we shouldn't have given up. It shouldn't have ever been that open. Thomas in the paint. The floater is good. And that was fluent over the contest of Horford. Brown the pull-up 3. That is fucked if he makes that. Cam Thomas with the rebound. Gonna push the pace. Drive. Open 3 for Doe. He's gonna knock those down. He doesn't. Can't call it a jinx, though, because I said it after he shot the ball. Tatum's going to slow things down. It's been pretty back and forth in the last couple of minutes. Not really any stoppages or time to breathe. Holiday at the elbow. That's an offensive foul. Cam Thomas took a shot. Porzingis will be pinged with the foul. Let's have a look. Porzingis just stood there and Cam Thomas ran into him. So I can't really say that's a foul at all. If the Nets got pinged for that, I'd be absolutely livid. So I'm not saying that's a foul because it's not. So Bridges. Dayron's back in. Bridges to Dinwiddie. Open 3. There's no one there and he knocks it down. He doesn't disappoint. It's down to a 1-possession game. And we have just about 4 minutes to play. The Nets have been incredibly competitive tonight. Tatum into the paint. Oh, what? Dayron with the knockaway, but they're going to call it a foul. So 4:07 to play in this third quarter. It's a 3-point game. The Nets were down by 12 at the half. Tatum going to the free throw line to get it back out to 5. But this has been a great response in the second half by the Nets. Forced a fair bit of difficulty on those Boston shots. They've been let off a couple of times with some good shot making. But for the most part, I think we've, what we've set out to achieve in this second half, I think we've done that pretty well execution-wise thus far. only conceded the 17 points now to this stage in 8 minutes. Cam Thomas gets it by half court. They're really pressuring the ball handler. Dinwiddie trying to drive baseline. He goes down the middle this time. There's the foul, and it's on Holiday. Cam Thomas hit the three after the whistle, which is usually how it goes. So, are we going to see changes? We haven't really seen any alterations to this team. Only change we've seen in the first 8 minutes of this second half. Dayron in and Finney Smith out. He loves Royce. He loves Royce. Bro, Doe has not been bad. Dinwiddie, the pull-up three, that's off. The rebound by Hauser. And now Jaylen Brown. So Tatum's on the bench. Let's see what we can do in these minutes. Brown for three. Top of the key, it's off. Rebound by Dayron. And now Cam Thomas. High screen Bridges. Switch, he's got Hauser on him. Thomas drives. Gets to his spot. Shoots over Cornet. And scores for two. Falling away. Scoreboard keeps ticking over. Just got to get a few stops in with Tatum on the bench. Thomas is 20 on 50% shooting. Brown back out to Hauser. Well defended. Holiday on the wing. Drive, spin, and a foul, of course, on fucking O'Neal. Seriously. Get him off. Get him off. So, 87-84. About 3 minutes to play. I think that was on the pass. We're going to see Lonnie Walker re-enter. And that is the only change. Bridges to the bench. Cornet. Holiday. Offensive foul. And I think it's on Hauser. Because Royce O'Neal is a bit bewildered as to why that call did not come sooner. Yep. Yeah, that was very much an illegal screen. So Royce draws the foul there. And the Nets can tie this one up with a three. Oh my God, if we give this to Royce. Cam Thomas, shake and bake, step back three. Oh my God, it's a foul on the floor. That was a disgusting shot by Cam Thomas. I mean, it actually looked like it went in as a banker. But looks are deceiving. So mistelegraphed. But we're going to get another opportunity because Dayron was fouled trying to get that rebound. And that's what an elite rebounder does. Draws those fouls. Worries the bigs. Cam Thomas, can we please pass the ball? Cam Thomas somehow gets to his spot and scores with the flick. 87-86. Cam Thomas is assuming responsibility in this game. Holiday with the dump off and the easy score by Cornet. So it seems like Cam Thomas is going to take the lead here. The switch sees Hauser guarding Thomas. And we have a foul, and it is on Lonnie Walker. Or it is on Jaylen Brown. Lonnie Walker was fouled. I've really got to get my wording right with those sort of things. I have no idea where the foul was there. That was incredibly soft. Oh my God. That actually was to our detriment. We fucking turned it over. So in the blink of an eye that the broadcast didn't even pick it up because it was still showing the replay. Dinwiddie. Picked up by Hauser. He drives. Shoots a step back too. And he gets the roll. God, that is a dodgy shot to shoot, but oh my God. Brown the layup. That's off. Good defense by Dayron. And we're going to push the pace here. Thomas lost the ball. It ends up with Dayron Sharp, who's going to take it into the paint, put the ball on the floor, miss it, get his own board, and then fucking turn it over trying to find Cam Thomas. Transition opportunity, and Brown lost it out of bounds. I think it's not a foul. Could be incorrect. It may be a foul. I don't think it is. With those transition opportunities, like, I think that's one area, even with all these fast break points we be getting, we're leaving a lot out on the table because we're sort of running to the same areas and not really getting that separation we need. Only 7 fast break points on the night. Oh my God, Royce, what are you doing? Allowed Pritchard to get a wide open 3 who airballed it. They got the offensive board. Holiday missed it. Royce with the board. And now, oh my God, I'm so far behind the clock. Let's hope there's a foul in here. Walker, 2, doesn't get the roll. The rebound by Cornette. Brown is going to slow things down. He's got Royce on him. The clock I'm showing is wrong. There is 36 to play. Royce goes under the screen. Brown airballs it, dude. Oh my goodness. Don't want to put that on replay if you're Jaylen Brown. That does not make for a good viewing experience. Dennis Smith, do not shoot a mid-range. Thank you. Bridges. Picked up by Holiday. And now the switch sees Hauser pick him up. Bridges. Royce is open. Ball fake. 3. Oh, he's missed it again. What a fucking surprise. It's going to be Nets ball, though. Day'Ron Sharpe, this persistence is key. Yet again, getting a crucial touch on it. Not allowing Cornette to actually get 2 hands on the ball. And with 11.7 seconds left, Day'Ron will go to the bench. Cam Thomas will re-enter the game for offensive purposes. Horford will check in for defense. That's so well done by Day'Ron there. Here we go. Dennis Smith has got to get it in. Gets it in. We do get it in eventually. Wasn't convincing. Nearly took the full 5-second allotment. 7 to shoot. Bridges 1-on-1 with Pritchard. He drives, doubled, and he's going to get a foul. He's going to get a foul going his way with 3 seconds left. The Celtics are not convinced. The crowd are in awe because there's quite a large Celtics representation here tonight. That is the clearest foul on the arm. I don't even know what he's arguing the point for. He's got like his whole arm. Still a foul to give though. Cam Thomas was fouled. No, he wasn't. That was a mistake. He was blocked, should I say. And that is it. So there were no free throws because that was the foul to give. The hit on Mikal's wrist and Cam Thomas with a miss. So 3/4 time, it is a 3-point deficit to make up. If you haven't polled already, I think it's time now. Because who is going to win this game? This game's hanging in the balance. Let's have a look at what's been happening for this team. Bro, Royce O'Neal just needs to stop. Don't make your box score stats look any worse than what they are. Cam Thomas is leading the way for the Nets. Dinwiddie's got 17. A huge quarter by him. He had 12 points in the quarter. He took charge. He's shooting at a pretty good efficiency aside from the free throws. And Day'Ron off the bench. 3 offensive boards, 11 points. Really helping us with these possessions. We've only had the 2 turnovers. Day'Ron Sharpe is, well, the guy that according to this box score has 2 turnovers. Shooting the ball like shit. We did hit 4 threes in that quarter though, which I guess is something. Overall, not shooting it great, but I think shooting it better. We didn't get to the line though in that quarter at all. And if we look at Boston, they also didn't get to the line. They had like 1 free throw. So pretty good shit by the Nets to sort of halt Boston. I don't think they had too many threes of their own. The rebound number sits at about 37-31 their way. But we've had more offensive rebounds, which is good. The turnover count for Boston is 9. We haven't really had many fast break points. And that probably is mostly attributed to the absence of Ben Simmons. Tatum didn't do too much in that quarter. I think he took like one shot and missed it. So Tatum went missing. Jaylen Brown's shooting it very poorly, but Jrue Holiday scoring some vital buckets, and Porzingis also with a very efficient showing. So a quarter to play. Big 12 minutes coming up, ladies and gents. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like on it and also subscribe if you are new. We are going to be back in a couple of days' time for Nets Bucks. Which, I mean, if this game has proven anything, it's that we're well and truly going to be up for the fight. So 91-88. Celtics in possession to start the final. Pritchard looking for Tatum. Brissett goes baseline. Block! That is a block! Dude! How was that a foul? Brissett at the line. It definitely was a foul. I'm just saying it because it would have looked hella impressive. I think Dayron is the one who picks up the foul because Doe got it clean. It's incredibly stiff. First free throw is good for Brissett. A lot of messages that I've haven't read. So sorry for that. Because I don't have the chat near me. It's on my phone, but I'm not really looking at that if I'm commentating. I only look on the breaks. So 2 free throws made by Brissett there. 2 important free throws they could very well be. 5 on the floor for the Nets. Lonnie, Bridges, Dayron, Dennis Smith, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Bridges drives. Oh, that's a tough shot, and he's missed it. And now they're going to break out in transition. The Nets defense does well to get back. But Tatum is the one trailing. He misses the 3. The rebound by Dayron. DSJ. Drive. Where is he passing it, mate? Where is he passing it? Bro, he just went up for the layup, got lost, got himself into a spot of bother, and threw the ball away. So now Pritchard will get it to Brissett, who's wide open for 3. We take way too long closing that one out, but apparently the Nets know something I don't, because he missed the 3. Walker the drive down the middle. Oh, what a dump-off pass. Dayron's missed the layup, but he's been fouled. So 2 free throws coming up for Dayron. He has been the guy that's gotten to the line the most tonight in very limited action. He's taken, I believe, 6 free throws. These will be his 7th and 8th. So, free throw for Dayron. Oh, fucking hell. God damn it. God damn. I mean, it's wishful thinking to think Dayron's going to make both free throws, even though he's already done it twice this evening. Second free throw. Oh my God, he's missed both. Unfortunately, no McDonald's fries on offer for the home side missing free throws. 93-88. Brissett for 3 is off. We somehow get the rebound through Lonnie Walker. Dayron being a presence there, yet again, to not allow a clean rebound for Cornette. Walker pulls up in the mid-range, and that's good. Dayron being the best tonight. I mean, he has been very good. He's been pretty crucial in a team that's obviously playing small ball against a really tall side. Pritchard, picked up by DSJ. Drive, bounce pass, good slip, and the foul. That's fucking way too easy. Yet again, how you're allowing Luke Cornette, who is built like a tree trunk, to be able to dive to the rim like that, that is just inexcusable. All right, so second free throw for Luke Cornett here. This is the time we should be making a run with that bench unit that Boston are currently running alongside Tatum. DSJ going to bring it up. Gets it to Mikal. High screen Dayron. He's going to shoot the mid-range. And he's long on that one as well. Bro, Mikal's got to knock these shots down. He's getting good looks, but been a bit disappointing. He made his first two of the second half, and he's just stopped. That is excellent defense by DSJ. Didn't give away the foul. Absolutely harassing Jayson Tatum and forcing the miss. Tatum's gone really quiet after halftime, but we still haven't been able to capitalize. The timeout by Jacques Vaughn. So 96-90, 9-10 to play. Let's have a look at the chat and see what's going on. Unfortunately, Clax and Ben are too essential for us, but the guys are always on the point. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I feel like I've just entered a conversation without context. If Royce leaves, we win, I swear. I can definitively say that will we'll be okay if he doesn't shoot any three-pointers. Why is Noah, Clowney, and Derek Whitehead not on the squad? Well, quite frankly, if players like Harry Giles isn't getting time, and Trendon Watford's barely playing, well, then I don't think he's going to get, or those two are going to get much time in their rookie season. You can see for the Nets, this is what we're dealing with. It's not a bad outlook. That is, if you don't look at Mikal Bridges or Royce O'Neal, it's pretty decent viewing. Dayron's been awesome. Lonnie Walker's been pretty decent and efficient. Cam Thomas has been solid, and so has Spencer Dinwiddie. Hasn't turned the ball over with 6 times, so he's been quality. Excuse me. And Finney Smith has hit 4 threes, picking up where he left off from the previous games. Shooting still shit. We've had 3 turnovers, which is a great number, especially against a really switched on defensive team. Only getting out rebounded by 5. The Celtics have made 1 less 3. They have also taken 9 less shots, but they have taken 6 more free throws. And believe it or not, we are down 6. So that is really where it's at. The free throw number and, well, Royce and Mikal combining for 6 of 29. That is an absolute, utter atrocity. Let me take a sip because I can sense a couple long sequences here. So I think we've done well on Tatum in the second half. I think defensively, well, we've been much better. Much better given we conceded 70 in the first half. Obviously, a 6-point deficit is not going to be easy to come back from, but definitely we have hope. Bridges can't make the layup. Those are layups he probably usually would make on a good day. Royce O'Neal is back in the game. What a fucking surprise. Dayron's on the bench. Tatum, Pritchard, rhythm 3. That's short. Rebound by Finney Smith. Well done. Lonnie Walker got a hand in there as well. Walker picked up by Pritchard. The switch, cross, spin, into the paint. What a feed to Mikal. Dennis Smith, Bridges. Oh my God, Royce, you fucking idiot. You just killed the whole possession. Oh, well done, Lonnie. The acrobatics. He's doing a great job, man, with those little shovel passes he does when he drives it. Sometimes he'll go up like he did there and he scored for 2. We're very lucky we got a shot off as well because Royce just fumbled the ball and killed the ball movement on that possession. What a cross-court pass to Hauser. And now the court opens up a little bit. Pritchard, cross, 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Oh my goodness. That was nearly a genius play. Something you'd see on street ball. But unfortunately, the time was not there. The shot clock expires. The Nets will have possession. So a good defensive play by the Nets. I just saw a stat about Lonnie Walker that I wasn't paying attention enough, so I don't think I'm going to do that on the timeout. I may not have time. It said, well, Lonnie Walker's got 10 in his first 5 games as a Net. At least 10. Cam Thomas lost it initially. Dennis Smith is open for a 3. He got it! Yes, sir! He's not known for that, but we take it. Holiday going to back down Thomas. He's gotten into the paint. Defense collapses. Hauser 3. Rims out. They get the offensive board. Tatum is open. It's in. Fuck's sake. And that's the problem with having no height to rake in the rebound. Dennis Smith, the layup. Gets the scoop over Cornette. Creative. Tatum. Picked up by Thomas. Thomas harassing. And he's going to get called for the reach-in foul at the 7:03 mark of the last quarter. But it is heating up here. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it. And subscribe if you are new. We're going to be back, as you can see, by the top right-hand corner. We'll be back in a couple days for Nets Bucks. Holiday, alley-oop, too easy. They are going to make a living off of that if you don't stop the run and jump. Cornette with the finish. Boston, first to 100. DSJ, permitted to shoot again. He airballs it. Finney-Smith chases up the rebound. And Lonnie Walker stood on the sideline. So that is a let-off for Boston. Because obviously, a possession or two ago, we gave away a 3-pointer after conceding an offensive board. So, oh no. And just like that, the lead's back up to 7 off the back of some bullshit. 2 3-pointers, easily preventable if you don't turn the ball over and you can get your rebounds. Cam Thomas on the baseline thought he was, well, he was blocked. Definitively. Oh, and that's ricocheted off Sam Hauser. Way too hot for him. And it will be Nets ball. Bridges and Dinwiddie return at the 6:10 mark. We are down 7. Work to be done, but definitely not an unassailable lead. 104.97. Dinwiddie. Brown ready to check back in. Dinwiddie commanding traffic. Is he going to drive? He's going to shoot a step back 3, and he's basically airballed that shit. That is the 2018-19 special for Spencer Dinwiddie. He'd shoot those for fun in those days. He should have just taken on Luke Cornette. I don't think Dinwiddie... Oh my god. What can you even do about that, man? Another 3 for Boston, an 8-0 run. Dinwiddie to respond. Layup is good. Early offense for the Nets. That's what he should have done on the previous possession. 5:20 to play. It's an 8-point deficit we have to make up. Tatum. Switch. Drive. Bro, what is that rubbish? And he's going to get teed up. Fucking bullshit, mate. Absolute joke. That is a joke. Fucking rubbish, mate. JV picks up a technical. I think in the last stream, someone said, when was the last time JV got ejected? Well, he's got a technical and Tatum's going to get a shot. But that was a clear push-off. Full arm extension on Mikal Bridges. Completely removed him. Bro, he got rid of him. That is a joke. If you can't see that, that's rubbish. That is absolute rubbish. Unfortunately, you can't challenge a no call. Alrighty, let's have a look at the chat and see what's going on. Alright, let's have a look. I sense a blowout. Well, 5 minutes 10 to play. It can go one of two ways. It can go to a 20-point lead, or it can go down to the wire. Those in chat, welcome to the stream if you are new around here. I'm not mad about this, bro. Way to fight versus a great team. I mean, the effort's been, like, it's undisputed. The effort's been awesome. Brian, I mean, it's a great question because JV usually keeps his emotions in check. But when there's a blatant call and you have to stand up for your players, you do it. Even when Steve Nash was the coach, it would be a very high rarity for Steve Nash to get mad. But there was one game, I think, against... Who was it against where his, like, anger got memed? I don't remember. May have been against Minnesota or a team like that. Minnesota. Where he just went off his chops, dude. He went off his chops. Alright. He's been on the bench in his street clothes. He is. He is. Mikal needs to find some solid form soon, or I'm going to start to worry a little. I mean, I'm not actually all that worried about Mikal. Because we have players that can fill the void for him. So he's sort of, what's the word? He's sort of permitted to have off nights, but nights like tonight, we really could have done with like a 20 piece from him because we would be in a really good spot to potentially steal this game. That being said, it's not done anyway. It's not done anyway. It's not done anyway. We've got 5 minutes. I mean, the Celtics have gone on, what, a 10-0 run? Or like an 8-0 run in the last minute and a half? So just as easily, you can peg it back. It's an 11-2 run, I believe. The really infuriating thing is we would be in this game if it wasn't for two off performances by Royce and your boy, Mikal Bridges. Here he is now, right on cue. He's going to drive. No space to shoot the step back two. He's going to get it now. Going to shoot a three. Found the separation and knocks it down. So it's down to 8. That's 3 points off. That's already a quarter of the total. If you can get stops and knuckle down here, you give yourself the best chance to win the game. Oh no, Holiday had an open look. They've decided for the corner 3. Brown is off. Great rebound by Bridges. We're pushing the pace. Dinwiddie. Oh my god, what is he doing? Terrible pass. Alley-oop. That was the most... I don't even want to say it. If I speak, I will be in trouble. Why would you pass it there? Why wouldn't you just hold on to the ball, take it all the way? That was a Ben Simmons kind of drive if I've ever seen it. It's... Oh... It's not going to be on the shot. It's a side out. If it's a side out, that is a let off and a half. 4:16 to play. We just got to stop. If we had have scored, let's say, another 2, get a stop here. Mate, we could have been well and truly in this. All of a sudden, it becomes a very reachable total. Here we go. Play resumes. Tatum Switch. He's doubled. Roll over by the Nets. Holiday drives on Bridges. The scoop is off. The rebound by Dinwiddie. Drive it. Down the middle. Layup. Oh, he's blown the reverse. Horford. Good cut. Layup is good. He didn't even have possession of the ball, and he somehow got it up and in. 2 opportunities here to cut the deficit. Finney-Smith. The 3. Oh my God, it's an air ball. And given the form he has been in, you would have backed him in to at least hit the rim. All right. We've had our chances. Can't say we haven't. Tatum. High screen. Brown has the look. And he misses. We're lucky. Another let off. You've got to score off this possession now. Royce, don't shoot the 3! You clown! Oh, this absolute spud. Bro. This spud, why would you pass it? Or no, why would you shoot it, you clown? Send him off. Take him off. It's actually laughable at this point. I say this all with a smile on my face because it's actually, like, difficult to fathom. Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. I hate my life. I mean, granted, we were never supposed to win this game, but the hope is what kills you. Oh, Jesus. Classic last quarter after a back-to-back. I mean, they've split the pair. I can't say that this is down to fatigue. I don't think it's fatigue. Bridges for 3. He's got another one. It's back down to 8. So he did this about 3 minutes ago to cut the deficit to 8. We need to actually get these stops. Tatum is blitzed. Holiday had an open 3. Horford will shoot it instead. He's short. Oh my God. They've got a long rebound. That rattles out. And the Nets have a chance to cut it to 2 possessions. Thomas, please drive it. Please drive it. Do not let Royce shoot a 3. It's Cam Thomas. That's an air ball. Oh my God. Why would you shoot 3-pointers when you can just drive it? Oh, that's an easy scoop for Jaylen Brown. I mean, what are you thinking? That is the sign of a tired team, though, when you're taking 3s over drives. Obviously, you exert more energy. Bridges again from 3. He was blocked. I thought that was a block, but it turns out that we're just throwing up air balls for fun now, and it's almost like we're putting our cue in the rack. 115-105. Rolled to the rim by Holiday into the paint. The kick out. Brown is open. That has to be it. Oh my God. It rims out, but Porzingis is there for the putback. Just a little bit more reactive, and you would say that is that. The Bulls fans in the chat yesterday were a class act. Yeah, no, they were. I mean, obviously, if you lose, you're probably more renowned to shut up. Or not renowned. You're probably more obligated to shut up. Celtics are asked if they are struggling with an injured Nets. Then they are not beating the Nuggets. I mean, I think this says more about us. In terms of like how good we are at, well, basically running with the best. I think there's going to be a lot of games like this where the lack of firepower in comparison is clear, but the effort's always going to be there. Let's have a look. Any other things? Cam and his hero balls are annoying me. I mean, I wouldn't say it was just Cam. Mikal's taken quite a few hero ball type shots. Fair bit of ISO ball down the stretch, so barring a miracle, this one is well and truly done. But we'll see how we go. It's going to start with this offensive possession here. Royce is inbounding. I would expect it to be a 3 that was drawn up. Finney Smith, Royce, Cam Thomas. Going to drive. And he was not fouled. That is a block. And that will do it. Alley-oop. Horford does it. Gets the job done. And there is a delay of game. I think. I think that's a delay of game, yeah? Or is that a technical? Do they call those as technicals now? They do, apparently. Because we just got a free throw. 119-106. All right. So, 13-point game with about 90 seconds to go. T-Mac says it's possible. But somehow I don't think Cam Thomas and Spencer Dinwiddie are going to get the job done. And Mikal Bridges, for that matter. Watford's in the game. That's a bit random. Bridges hits another 3. Cuts it down to 10. This is random. Why has Bridges decided to wake up in the second half? Tatum with the cut down the middle. Rolls it back out to the outside. Why have you waited till now to bring Watford in the game? Oh, nah. Bridges got hit. That's gotta hurt. Bit of knee-on-knee contact. It's going to be 2 shots for Jaylen Brown to get the lead back up to a double-digit margin. 119-109 the score. Like, and also, why has he brought in Watford for Finney Smith and not Royce? Don't get this shit, man. Well, we've emptied the bench. That's going to do it because we're seeing Jalen Wilson, Day'Ron Sharpe, Armani Brooks all check in. Mikal's going to go to the bench after a pretty solid last quarter. Yeah. But this one is well and truly in the books. Royce O'Neal finally goes to the bench. Cam Thomas remains in the game, which is a little bit of an interesting call. So, Day'Ron and Cam going to pull up for 3. 2 men close out. He knocks it down with 56 seconds left. Tatum doubled. Holiday back to Tatum. 1 more for Brown. Behind the back to Pritchard, and they will not be in any rush to shoot. Brown will let the shot clock wind down. Shoots a deep 3 and knocks it down. So that is well and truly putting a dagger to the heart. That's going to do it. 124-112. Unless we score any more points in this game. Cam Thomas going to go down the middle. Shot off one leg is good. And that will well and truly put this game in the books. So they'll just let the clock wind down. That's going to do it. 124-114. It wasn't actually a bad performance by this team. In the second half, we broke even. What was it at halftime? 12-point game. We outscored them in the second half. So a much better performance, but obviously that first half with Mikal and Royce putting up way too many shots was, well, the difference in the end. Because in the first half we had 0 turnovers. So really, you should not be down 12 in any scenario. I'm going to have a look at the chat. If you are leaving now, we'll be back in a couple of days. So if you want to subscribe and stay tuned, you are free to do that. There's a donation button as well. If you thought the stream was worthy, and also you can like the stream as well. But if we do look at the chat, those going. Thanks for the support. I'm curious about this season. I see little lights in the creation of something. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of good to take away. This wasn't a bad performance. The 10-point differential, I don't think, shows how close this game really was. We'll look at the box score and then we'll head off. We won't. I don't really want to keep you waiting. In the last quarter, they actually outscored us by 7. So we did have a good third quarter. The last quarter, we didn't have the firepower. But this is the problem here. Didn't shoot the ball abysmally from 3. Free throws probably needed more in the second half. We only had 3 free throw attempts. Basically doing the same thing that we did for the first 47 minutes of last game. But you can see, well, we had 100 shots. We had 10 extra shots. We had the same amount of offensive rebounds. The only difference was the actual defensive rebounds, and that, well, the reason Boston outscored us in that area by 8, or outdid us in that area by 8, is because of, well, the amount of misses we had compared to them. They actually scored the same amount of field goals, but had 10 less shots. And on top of that, we had 2 more threes made. The problem was they had 12 more made free throws. Turnovers, we only had 5. That's a pretty good number. So if we can keep that down, that'll be excellent. But it was the fouling today, very prone to doing that. And we didn't get to the line enough in the second half. Royce O'Neal was shit. Not sugarcoating anything. Mikal was much better in the second half. He was 1 of 8 at halftime and he went 6 of 12 the rest of the way, and shot 4 of 7 from 3. So he ended up with 19 and a fairly respectable box score. Spencer Dinwiddie with 19. I think he did pretty well running the offense. Only the 1 turnover and he shot the ball pretty well. There was a couple shit possessions down the stretch, but you can't blame him for the loss today. I think he played a pretty superb performance, all things considered. Cam Thomas with 27, another good showing. Dorian Finney-Smith, a good first half, didn't really do much in the second half. Let me just update that rebound number. And then, yeah, Royce O'Neal, we don't even talk about this guy because what the fuck is that? 2 of 13 from 3 and 2 of 15 from the field. Come on now. Come on. If we're being serious, this guy is not taking the 3rd most shots on the team. It's just unacceptable. Off the bench, Lonnie was good in only 17 minutes. Pretty good. You know what you're going to get from him. At least this 5-game sample has showed us that. Dayron was pretty good in limited minutes as well. He scored 11, had 7 boards, pretty strong, 3 offensive rebounds in there. And Dennis Smith was pretty good on defense. He had a steal and 2 blocks. He hit a 3. Obviously a bit of work to be done. But that being said, I take that sort of performance from him. So yeah, I would have been a little bit critical of Jacques Vaughn's rotations with regards to Royce. That guy should never have gotten 37 minutes. I would have liked to see Trendon Watford have a crack. I mean, he was a +8 in 5 minutes. He had 2 boards and 2 dimes in 5 minutes. So that's nearly identical to what Royce O'Neal was offering. Had the team high plus-minus and Royce had nearly the team worst. So I want to see him get a bit more run. Royce is not a 37-minute kind of player. Yeah. It's really that simple. But if we just go back up to Boston, yeah. I mean, that really says it all. 32 and 11 for Tatum. He hit 6 threes. Jaylen Brown wasn't that efficient, so I think we played him pretty well. Their bench, Luke Cornett scored 11. Sort of hard to believe. I didn't really think he had done that well. Holiday did well to keep the scoreboard ticking in the third. And, And on top of that, Porzingis had 22 on 10 shots. So going in, you would have expected him to have a decent enough night. So that's really everything. Holiday nearly had a triple-double. That's crazy. 10 dimes. Yeah, but I think we defended both Tatum and Brown pretty well. You know, they only had 20 shots each, roughly. Brown had 2 more, shot it pretty poorly. So, you know, they didn't have a great shooting night either. I mean, with their star power, you would have expected a little bit more. But they still scored 124 on an average night. So that's a bit scary for the league. But I think there's a lot of good to take away from this game if you're a Nets, Nets supporter. If Bridges has an injury, a rest might actually be a good thing. I don't think he does. I wonder how we would have gone if we played run and gun with Ben in the team. I would say much better. Those possessions where we needed to rim run and push the pace, but weren't nearly as assertive as we have been, because you don't have a player to, you know, keep the fire ticking. I mean, we would have benefited strongly from Ben. If you look at the team stats and you see the fast break points, they had 16 and we had 7. That's not our game. We still scored 114 points, but ideally, you know, you want to punish them a lot more. And you can also see in the turnover count, we had more turnovers. We forced more turnovers, but actually scored less points. 8 points off 11 turnovers. And they got 16 from our 6. So incredibly damaging stuff by them. So yeah, that's probably an area we needed to improve. Points in the paint, they outdid us. Not really surprising there, with all that size. So overall, a lot of good to take away. But granted, I think this is a kind of performance that we were expecting, a very competitive performance, but didn't nearly have enough, you know, firepower to get it done. So that's probably going to do it from me. Honestly, I think that win against them after a back-to-back within our roster could have been some kind of miracle in certain ways, especially with, 3 starters out, you know? It's, an incredibly good performance by the team. I can't say I'm mad. I'd say this was more expected, but, you know, as I said, there's a lot of good to take away. If we can do this against lesser squads, we probably win most of the time. So, that's going to do it, though. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Make sure to drop a like on the way out and subscribe if you are new. We're going to be back in 2 days for Nets Bucks. My throat is gone, so I'm probably going to end it here. But once again, thank you for your support, tuning in, and your engagement in the chat. So stay safe. Until the next stream, be good, and we'll see you in a couple of days' time. Bye for now.